Good evening and welcome to Monday Motivation. We're glad you're here to join us, where we talk about PowerPoints for successful Christian living. Normally we would do this live, but my studio is booked. I'm with a client this evening, so we decided to pre-record. It's actually being recorded Sunday evening, but we will put it on our website Monday evening for you at 7 o'clock. So sorry we're not live this week. We should be back live next week. And I'm actually doing a workshop, Discover Your Purpose. It will be held over Zoom, so you can go to social media, go to our website, pick up the Zoom link, but put that in your calendar. Next week, Monday at 7 p.m., Discover Your Purpose, an interactive workshop being held over Zoom. So that way we can talk back and forth, go two-way. Normally when we're live, I could read your comments and respond to your comments in real time, but since we're not, please still do leave your comments, and I can then respond to them afterwards. I always follow through. I like to see what people are thinking, what you're saying. So yeah, please do comment. If you like this video, make sure you share it. We're trying to grow the channel, so share this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page. On our website, the address is at the bottom of your screen there, www.monday-motivation.ca is our website. You can pick up past editions there. You can leave comments. There's a comment form. You can also subscribe to our mailing list and get Monday Motivation delivered right to your mailbox. That way you have it right there for you rather than getting lost on social media. So whatever works for you, social media, Facebook, YouTube, email, but we're glad you're here to join us and glad that you are part of our audience. On the weekend, I had the opportunity to teach a workshop for History Makers Academy. They do a History Makers experience, which is either 2.5 or 3.5 days, and it's a very intense training designed to rewire people for kingdom living. So it's specific to the Christian community, but it covers high performance leadership skills and training to, I call it a boot camp almost, but to work, to move to your next level in your Christian walk. And the workshop that I managed to do was on discipline, self-discipline, or it was called Fighting Indiscipline. But the theme or the idea behind it was self-discipline. And it had 10 points. And so if you want all 10 points, well, I do cover them at different points in my Monday Motivation, but you'll have to go and take the History Makers experience. So just if you follow our channel or on our email list, you'll get notice when the next one is happening. I believe it's scheduled probably for January. So yeah, love to have you join us on that History Makers experience. But I'll give you a little taste. The workshop that I did was Fighting Indiscipline, and I'm going to ask you a question. Get a pen and paper, or write it in the chat if you want. What is, and you got to say the first thing that comes to mind. Don't overthink it. Tell me the first things that comes to mind when I say the word discipline. Discipline. What is the first thing that comes to your mind? Some people think of correction. Some people think of punishment. Many people associate discipline with pain. You might have been disciplined by your parents and it was painful. It might have been a spank on the rear. It might have been harsh words. But many people associate discipline with pain. If you look at it though, discipline is the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior, often using some type of punishment to correct disobedience. But when we look back at the original Latin of the word disciplina, I believe that's how you say it in Latin. I never studied Latin, sorry. It actually means to learn or to teach. So even though we have in our culture given it negative connotations, it was never really designed that way. So why self-discipline? If you want to be successful in life, you have to be able to discipline yourself. If not, someone else or something else will implement that discipline for you. Let's take a couple of examples. One, I get a credit card in the mail. I have to have the discipline to use that credit card wisely. If I don't, then I'm going to overspend. When I overspend, I then struggle to pay my bill. So the discipline now is not being able to pay my bill because I lack the self-discipline to use the credit card wisely. And then if I still don't exercise self-discipline and the pain of paying that bill, as difficult as it might be, then the collection company comes after me and the discipline is administered by somebody else. So what's your choice? Self-discipline on one end, on the front end, or the discipline of somebody else on the back end? Carry that to the extreme. Somebody who doesn't know how to behave in society, they don't have the discipline to resist the urge to steal or to punch somebody. I get the urge to punch you because I'm mad at you or I don't like you. I have to exercise self-discipline and not punch you. But let's suppose I don't have that self-discipline and I do. Then the police are going to show up, I'm going to go to court, and the legal system is going to administer discipline. Again, self-discipline is so important. As we grow, as we mature, the level of self-discipline needs to grow with our maturity level. When you were young, your parents told you get dressed, wash your face, brush your teeth, eat your dinner. You had somebody standing over you telling you all these small little steps that you had to do. But as you grow older, the instruction of your parents became less and less because you had to mature and have the self-discipline to do these basic functions yourself. So as we mature, our self-discipline should be continuing to grow and to increase. That's all part of maturity. When you were in high school, at age 17, 18, you reached a certain level of self-discipline, but that wasn't good enough to graduate from college. The skills you learned as a young person, those skills have to continue to mature. And that it's so important to continue to mature and improve self-discipline all through life. For me personally, I believe self-discipline is one of the most critical factors in determining success. There's so much knowledge out there. We have teachers, we learn about finances. There's so much knowledge on finances. There's so much knowledge on eating proper and weight loss or controlling our weight, on exercise and healthy living. We all have so much knowledge in these areas, but why do many people fail, or why are they not successful in these areas, or they struggle in these areas? Well, let's take an example. I know I need to maintain a proper weight. I know I should exercise regularly. But exercise is hard. It's uncomfortable. It takes self-discipline. And it's the people who have the self-discipline that are successful, but the people who have the knowledge only, but not the self-discipline to follow through with it, are the ones who are unsuccessful. So we know many people, they have knowledge in a certain area, but if you don't apply it through self-discipline, you will not be successful with that knowledge. Knowledge alone is only the beginning. Self-discipline helps you carry through. That's why it's so important. So in my talk, we went over 10 points, but like I say, if you want all 10 points, you got to take the History Maker's Experience. But I'll share a few of the key points with you from and that was a workshop that I had the privilege of delivering this past weekend for the History Makers Academy. 3 points. One is systematize your life. Create systems and routines to help you organize your life. People who are disciplined, rather than just jump from here to here to here to here to here and all over the place, they have systems and routines to help them be disciplined. Discipline often, for many of us, does not come natural. We need to put structure in place to make that discipline happen. An example might be a checklist, and using that checklist to follow through. Part of that is denying yourself certain comforts. It might be more comfortable to sit on the couch eating potato chips watching TV, but discipline says you need to go to the gym tonight. Or I swim. In my case, I need to go to the pool tonight. I have a choice to make now. Am I going to sit on the couch eating chips watching TV, or am I going to, in my case, go to the pool and do a workout at the pool? Discipline will determine which way I'm going to go. Self-discipline. If I decide to go to the pool and do a workout, I'll probably do 80 to 100 lengths. Is that going to be comfortable? No. Discipline often involves things that are not comfortable. But, and I even did a talk on this, moving out of your comfort zone is what gets you ahead. That's what makes you successful. That's what separates you from the crowd, because you're willing to move out of your comfort zone. Self-discipline is so important for following our principles and our values. If you tell me you value your family, but you don't have the discipline to spend time at your family, you run off 5 nights a week doing something else, and you don't spend time with your family, that tells me you don't have the discipline to follow through on what is of value to you. As Christians, we say we value our relationship with God. But if you don't have the self-discipline to pray, to read, study your Bible, to go to church, these are things that indicate that your actions don't follow your values. Whereas if you have the self-discipline, now you allow your actions to align with your values. Ask yourself, do you follow through? Do your actions represent your values? If not, self-discipline might be an issue. And it's not a yes or no. We all have areas of life where self-discipline can improve. But we're continuously striving to get better and better and better. Successful people can do what they don't feel like doing. Get this, successful people can do what they don't feel like doing. Unsuccessful people do what they want or what is most comfortable. Where are you? Now, often, when you attempt something new, a new discipline, the first few times you might fail. And in your brain, that registers as pain. Unsuccessful, we don't like failure, we don't like pain, and it registers in the brain that way. Let me give you an example. When I was 40, I needed to get into shape. I was in really bad shape. I could see it. I didn't even need to go to the doctor. I just knew it. So I decided I'm going to take up some activity. Well, I can't run. I don't like the gym. All those contraptions look like some medieval torture chamber. So I decided to swim. So I went to the pool, jumped in, did one length. Oh, I'm out of breath. I managed to do a second length. I'm even more out of breath. I do a third length, and I am so out of breath, I said, I'm done. I did 3 lengths, and at the far end of the pool, I hopped out, walked to the change room, and felt like I was going to die. And that registers in the brain as you were unsuccessful. I couldn't even do 10 minutes in the pool. I was unsuccessful. Now, what's going to happen is, when that registers that way in your brain, you have to decide, am I going to quit? Or am I going to go back and keep trying and trying and trying? Same with anything that involves discipline. You might feel like a failure, but in reality, the only failure is when you quit. If you have to try again and try again and try again, that is not failure. So next time, I went back, I did, I think it was 4 or 5 lengths. Did that a few times. Didn't look like much, but hey, better than 3. And each time I was out of breath, but not as bad. Then I could do 8, then 10, then 15, then 20, then 40. And now I do open water competitions where I'll do 1K, 2K. A workout in the pool for me is 2.5K. But that didn't just happen. I had to break through all those negative feelings of failure in the early stages so that I could get to that point. Give yourself permission to fail and try again. Give yourself permission to fail and try again. The only failure is quitting. Even in the Bible it says, Proverbs 12:24, diligent hands will rule, but laziness ends in forced labor. What you will not discipline for yourself, life will discipline for you. Again, just like my credit card example. Or like somebody who knows they need to get healthy through exercise, through eating, but they don't. Life will discipline you later when you have health problems. Point number 2. Be conscious of time. Many live in a hurry. We go from here to here to here. We wake up in the morning. We're immediately in a rush. We've got to get lunch together for the kids. We've got to get the kids off to school, make sure they're all packed. We've got to get ourselves ready. We've got to pack up we've got to hop in the car. We've got to run to work. And then at work, we're busy. Stuff being thrown at us all day long. And we feel that we're a victim of time. We have so much thrown at us. Many people who don't manage their time are always late. We're always late because we're trying to cram in more. If you have self-discipline, you don't let time manage you, you manage time. You are always conscious of time and how you are spending that time or wasting it. Self-discipline, you are conscious of time. Rather than counting the time in years and months, count it in minutes and hours. Yes, it's important to develop life plans, but then don't say, okay, move past, okay, this is my plan for 5 years. Now you have your goals, you have your values every 15-minute interval, or if an hour block or whatever. Use your time for tasks and activities that align with your principles and your values. And it'll mean saying no to some things. It'll take good planning. Use a calendar to plan. And in that calendar, only schedule 60 to 70% of your day. Leave the other time for fires and emergencies that come up, the fires you have to fight. Leave that, make sure you put in there time for self-development. Time for relaxation. That is important time. Be conscious of that. Time with family. If you're a Christian, time with the Lord, time at church, whatever your faith is. But be conscious of time. Manage your time. But that takes self-discipline. Third one I'll give you, overcome mental laziness. If you find that you lack discipline for time or lack self-discipline, it starts in the mind. Just like wealth, just like being poor, just like being a victim. Many times it starts in the mind. Pray, say, Lord, help me overcome this lazy mindset. Develop routines. Be ready to fail, but stick at those routines. If you are unable to live by your values or principles, it means you're a slave to something else. If you want to be free, you have to be able to manage yourself. Otherwise, you are a slave to something else. So overcome those negative mindsets, develop systems and routines to be productive, to be self-disciplined. I'll share one final quote. Never be satisfied with mediocrity. Someone who is successful is never satisfied with their last achievement, but is willing to press on for more success and move beyond their comfort zone. Never be satisfied with mediocrity. Someone who is successful is never satisfied with their last achievement, but is willing to press on for more success and move beyond their comfort zone. That's my thoughts for this week on self-discipline. Love to hear your thoughts. Make sure you share it in the comments. Use the feedback form on our website. Our website, monday-motivation.ca. We'd love to hear from you. Please share this video. Encourage your friends to join our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. Anything you can do to help us share. If you like what you see, share it. Thank you. Remember, next week is the workshop, Discover Your Purpose, 7 p.m. Monday evening here on Monday Motivation. That workshop will be by Zoom though. We'll share the link on our mailing list, on our website, and on social media. Put it in your calendar. We'll see you next week on Monday Motivation. Have a great week.